da da da! Hello, St. Mary's! And you're probably wondering why Mrs. G is running around in this ridiculous green cape with a hot pink L on it. Well, I am wearing this outfit to introduce today's story. So, we are reading Superhero School, written by Aaron Reynolds and illustrated by Andy Rash. Leonard was the only kid on his Little League team who could hit a baseball into orbit. He was the only kid in his class who had clobbered a giant lava monster. He was the only kid on his block who had welded the Bay City Bridge back together using heat vision. So, when his mom told him he was going to a special school, he saw it coming a trillion billion light years away. Leonard couldn't wait for Superhero School to start. He was fired up to leap tall buildings in a single bound. He was super pumped to bend steel beams with his bare hands, and he was revved up and raring to go to stop speeding runaway trains. Monday at Superhero School, Leonard met his new teacher, the Blue Tornado. But instead of learning how to leap tall buildings, Leonard's class wrestled with timetables. I am sure I will be too busy destroying alien death rays to ever worry about multiplication, suggested Leonard. Mr. Tornado just chuckled. This was very troubling. Tuesday at Superhero School, Leonard was fitted for his superhero uniform. It had a cape and everything, but instead of learning how to bend steel beams with bare hands, the class battled division. Leonard tried to distract his teacher with an in-depth discussion about vanquishing evil robots. But Mr. Tornado still assigned 25 division problems for homework. This was very disappointing. Wednesday at Superhero School, Leonard's class inspected Mr. Tornado's Vortex Mobile. It was fully loaded with front-mounted shrink-ray submarine transformation capability and a coat of invisibility wax. All the best options, but instead of learning how to stop speeding runaway train, Leonard's class conquered fractions. I just love fractions, said Mr. Tornado. Mr. Tornado was starting to annoy Leonard. Thursday was the same. No lessons in throwing stray missiles into outer space. No field trips to freeze an erupting volcano using only Arctic breath. No classes on overthrowing supervillains and bad scientists like Mr. Gorensek. Leonard was getting sick of Superhero School. So when the ice zombies struck, Leonard never saw them coming. On Friday, when the class arrived at Superhero School, the signs of a frosty struggle were everywhere. Icicles, snowballs, empty Slurpee cups, and a note. Dear superhero students, have kidnapped the teachers, taking over the world. School canceled. Best wishes, the ice zombies. The class sprang into action, quicker than a swarm of evil ninja grasshoppers. But Leonard and Sarah were the only kids who could fly. The class was pretty heavy, so they split in exactly one half. I'll take the girls, Sarah barked. I am not touching the boys. Sarah could sometimes get super bossy, but even among superheroes, cooties had to be considered. The class zoomed straight into the Arctic Circle in no time flat. Arriving at the zombies' lair, Leonard's class discovered a huge frozen wall, 15 feet thick. Thank goodness for heat division. But Leonard's eyes could blast through only 5 feet of ice. Not nearly enough. Luckily, Jack and Maggie had heat vision too. Fire up those eyeballs, said Leonard. Wait, said Jack. I need to take off my new glasses. With Jack's heat-proof titanium glasses safely in their little plastic case, the three gave the icy wall their full focus. With 3 times the heat, melt. They blazed an entrance in no time. The other side of the wall, the ice zombies were fired up and ready to rumble. There are too many of them, cried Jack. Too many zombies! Leonard counted quickly. There are only 20. We can take them. We just need super strength, shouted Sarah. Who's got it? Leonard, Sarah, Diego, Richie, and Kim all raised their hands. 5 super strong students. No sweat. Leonard quickly divided the zombies between them. That's 4 apiece, shouted Leonard. Attack! And that's when Richie Zielinski got stung by a bee. Good old Richie, super strong and, well, super elastic. Leonard quickly recalculated. That's 5 apiece, shouted Leonard. Attack! When Richie took his allergy medication and breathed deep cleansing breaths, the other 4 kicked the ice cubes out of 5 ice zombies each. A cheer went up across the zombie-infested wasteland. The teachers were saved, and they all suffered almost no freezer burn. Almost. The class zoomed back to school, teachers in tow, just before the last bell rang. But instead of thanking them for saving his life from certain doom, Mr. Tornado just said, well done, class. A+ on the math quiz. Math quiz? And then it hit Leonard like a giant mutant octopus, splitting the class in 1/2. Fractions. Heat vision times 3, multiplication. Zombies divided by 5 students. Division. It was an evil trick. But Leonard went home for the weekend oddly super satisfied. After that, multiplication was less troubling. Division was less disappointing. Fractions were less annoying. And once in a while, Leonard's class got to leap tall buildings and bend steel beams. Leonard had to admit superhero school was pretty super after all. Besides, Leonard could always stop speeding runaway trains on Saturday. So that's it, boys and girls. So as we begin our first day back from spring break, the superheroes showed us just how important it is to learn addition and subtraction and multiplication facts and division and fractions and decimals, and I could just go on and on and on, because you never know when you might be called on to learn and use those facts. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.